Well, I thought it was a very hard-fought contest. Both teams played very hard, especially in the first half where neither one of us could get anything going offensively. We were hoping that we could continue to play that kind of defense in the second half, but Clemson got it rolling. They had no free throws at halftime, and they made 18 of 19 in the second half. So obviously that's the biggest difference in the game.
Okay, questions first for the two players. Raise your hand. Let's get the handheld mic to you. Let us know who you are, who you're with. First question to our left.
Yeah, Kip Coons for Press Box View. Chris, how restricted were you by wearing the mask today?
I put the mask on and I got cleared to play, so I was able to get out there and play on the court. Once I'm out there, it's no restrictions, just no complaints. I just got to do what I know I can do, and my teammates did a good job of getting me a rhythm early and just telling me keep going. So.
Any other questions for the two players? Okay, thank you, guys. Questions for Coach, please?
Yeah, Jim, that last minute, were you flashing back to any other kinds of incredible rallies, the way you turned them over twice on inbounds and had chances to get within one possession?
This season, I have witnessed more crazy endings in our league and in other leagues than I've ever seen before. One crazy ending was Duke at Carolina. They have to miss a free throw. They come up with it. They make an incredible shot. Louisiana Tech was at Western Kentucky, and Louisiana Tech was up, I believe it was 7 with 10 seconds to go, and Western Kentucky tied the game. So many things can happen in a very short period of time. We put Anthony Walker in the game because he's such a good athlete. We were hoping he could bother the inbounds pass, which he did. Sam Wardenberg stole it, got it to Anthony inside, and he got fouled, but he really had a chance to get a three-point play with us down 4. And I know he's heartbroken right now because he missed the shot and missed the 2 free throws. But when you're asked to come into a game with 10 seconds to go or 14 seconds to go and help us make some miraculous comeback, you know, it's very, very hard to do that. So he gets a lot of credit for stepping up and helping us in that situation.
Any other questions? Back of the room.
Is that Luke Hancock?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Well, how do you think I'm doing, Luke?
Well, I think you guys had a great season, and I wanted to know just what your seniors meant to you. I know they've been through a lot, and you guys have had a lot of ups and downs this year, but seeing DJ there, I know how it is to end a season like that, but he's had a tremendous contribution to the Miami program.
Well, the first is, if you looked at our team before the season and you anticipated that a guy like Keith Stone could end up being a major factor for us at both ends of the court. And when he first becomes eligible and we win 5 in a row, we think we're heading really in the right direction because he improved our defense tremendously. But then he got hurt. On the road at Clemson, we win in overtime, but he got hurt. He ended up having surgery the next week, and we were back to square one. He came back, helped us in February and March. And I think it's very difficult when a guy is a fifth-year senior trying to acclimate himself to a new coach, a new program. But he could not have been a better teammate nor a better young man to coach. DJ Vasiljevic, on the other hand, has been with us for so long and has done so many great things on the court, off the court. He's a great role model for our program. He's the #2 all-time leading three-point shot maker. He's in the top 20 in the ACC in shot making from 3. He is as hard a worker as you'll find in college, and he's a limited athlete. He doesn't think so, but, you know, he's not the run and jump athlete that some of the guys in the ACC are. And yet he's been able to compete at such a high level because of his work ethic, his intelligence, his basketball IQ, and he's also on the ACC All-Academic team. He's already graduated. He's working on his master's degree. And I couldn't be more proud of the contribution he's made and the kind of young man he is, and how enjoyable it was to be with him for 4 years.
Other questions for Coach? One more in the back.
Last one, I'll leave you alone, Coach. When you talk about the young pieces with this team that you bring back, what excites you most? And then I know you have a transfer that's set out this year that's developing a big that would have really helped this year. Just your thoughts there.
Yeah, with Keith moving on, we bring in Nasir Brooks, a transfer from Cincinnati, who possesses a lot of the same qualities as Keith. He's a heck of a defender. He's a terrific rebounder and shot blocker. He gives us a presence inside. Rodney Miller was really the only guy that could play with his back to the basket this year. Adding Nas Brooks, we've got another guy, and that'll give us a much different look going into a game. So as you see, you know, Clemson shot 19 free throws. We shot 7. Just couldn't go inside, get inside their defense well enough. And hopefully those things will change next season.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Jim. Okay, about ready to start with Clemson.
Great win for our guys. Thought we played very well defensively throughout. Certainly Chris Likes was outstanding, especially in the second half. He's a difficult cover. I thought these two guys really gave us a lot of energy, and Amir played with tremendous poise in the second half. Hunter made some big shots. And I thought offensively we just were really good. The longer the game went, I thought we got into a better rhythm. I thought our pace was better. And certainly the ability to make free throws down the stretch by Al was big as well.
Okay, questions first for the two players. Who has the first question?
Yeah, hey, Eric Boynton with Gannett News. Amir, what was kind of the main difference there that last 15 minutes offensively for you guys? It just seems like not only did you find your shot, but you were maybe more aggressive. Was it kind of maybe a go-for-broke style in some ways because you knew that there was no tomorrow if you didn't make something happen at that point?
I think the key for us, I think in the first half a little bit, we got sped up a little bit, and that kind of gave them the opportunity to come back a little bit and make their runs, because when you speed up and you play fast on offense, it creates opportunities for transition and stuff. And I think in the second half, once we slowed down, we showed poise and, just played together and just kind of controlled the pace of it. We were able to make more shots than they were.
Other questions for the two players? Back of the room.
Luke Hancock, ACC Network. Amir, like, where's the confidence level with this team? You guys have beaten some of the best teams in this league, a little bit inconsistent, but you guys got to be feeling good right now.
Most definitely. That's a good win for us. We had to get paid back from them from the first time anyway. But, even going into tomorrow, we're not looking back on the first 2 times we played Florida State thinking, okay, it's going to go like that again. We just got to kind of regroup, refocus, watch film, learn from our mistakes, and see if we can apply that. And we don't really question our confidence because we know we've done it. We have the evidence, something that Coach told us, that we have the evidence that we can compete with the best of the best. And just going into tomorrow, we're just going to try to play our game and not let their game affect us.
Other questions? To our left again.
Yeah, Hunter, what was it like for you to be in there such a crucial stretch of the second half? You had some veteran guys like Mac and Clyde on the bench, and Coach stuck with you out there in a long stretch, and obviously with the season on the line.
I think that just goes back to my work. Like, I feel like I work really hard. So when we get in positions like that are really crucial, I just fall back on my fundamentals and my hard work. So I know I'm prepared for that moment. And I feel like my teammates trusted me and my coach trusted me. So I think that's why we were able to be successful with me out there on the floor.
Anyone else? Okay, guys, you can head back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Good job. See you tomorrow.
Good job, man.
Questions for Coach?
Joanne Bethay with the Clemson Insider. Coach, I feel like it's fair to say that this team is different than the team that played Miami back in December. To you personally, what's the difference and how has this team grown?
Probably just a little more consistent in terms of us having our roster the way that we've had it for the last couple months. We were still getting players back and adjusting our roster and trying to play with rhythm, especially on the offensive end. And I think that, the longer this group that we've kind of had here for the last 6 to 8 weeks has been together, we've played better. So really, I think that's the single greatest factor. I think the first 2 months of the season, we were still a team trying to really figure out who we were in terms of not just our identity, but really who we were in terms of who can play, who's going to be here every day, who can we count on, who's not hurt, who's not, injured. And so I think that's helped.
Coach Steve Reed from the Associated Press. It felt like in the middle of the second half, maybe it was mostly a three-point shooting contest, but then Hunter scored on a drive. I think Newman scored on a drive. Was that a conscious effort to start taking the ball to the hole, get to the line?
Yeah, we made a little bit of an adjustment to try to create a few more gaps on the perimeter so we have more space to make some plays. I think both teams try to protect the paint, and so it's hard to get it inside. I know everybody sometimes challenges teams that shoot a lot of threes, but sometimes the defense kind of dictates that. And I think a lot of the game, both teams dictated that with each other, that there just wasn't a lot of ways to get in there. We made a couple adjustments that helped us on a few possessions, and then they adjusted back. And then we just kind of went back to our base offense and ran that pretty well for a good portion of the second half.
Brad, just your thoughts on, again, allowing Tyson to kind of ride out that hot streak there for a while. And then obviously you have to be thrilled in a win-or-go-home game, 18 and 19, all in the second half from the free throw line from a team that's been a little inconsistent, obviously, from the line this year.
Yeah, the free throws were big. You're trying to close out games, and really we were aggressive in executing our offense, and so we made a lot of drives and made some cuts. I think Al made a great back cut off a post feed. And so we made aggressive offensive plays that resulted in drawing fouls. So pleased, because that's really for our team. Our team is about executing. We have to execute. We're not physically as dominating as most of the teams we play in this league. And so it's a little bit more of a challenge for us to score at the rim, to score in the paint without executing. Just in regards to Hunter, we've got a lot of confidence in Hunter. He's grown tremendously as a player from his freshman year to his sophomore year. He's a confident player. He's a confident person. So it doesn't surprise me in the least that he's going to raise up and shoot a three with a minute and a half or 2 minutes to go in a game. That's what he does. I mean, it's one of the reasons why we recruited him. We felt like he was a confident player. You know, he's still developing physically to be able to sustain and to play long-term minutes at this level. But certainly he was playing with confidence. He was giving our team energy on the defensive end, and I wanted to reward that because the group that was out there was playing very well together.
Other questions? Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.